Hello students, so this is another video on the Merchant of Venice. Now in the previous video we have discussed briefly that what actually happens in Act 1 Scene 1. Now today we are going to discuss in detail the character sketch of Antonio. Now this character sketch of Antonio is very important, and you can write down the certain keywords that I'm going to tell you in this video. So while I was discussing about Act 1, Scene 1 in the previous video, I have already pointed out few character sketch of Antonio. So that is, we are going to do it again in detail. Now, Antonio, we see him in Act 1, Scene 1. He is the main hero of the play. He is the protagonist, and he is the one who actually opens Act 1, Scene 1. We see him talking first. So there Shakespeare has given him this role of a hero to start the play and deliver his dialogue. So he's the first one to open this act. Now, though he's a hero, but we don't see any heroic qualities in him yet, because we see him someone who's very ordinary man like us. Sometimes when we get confused that what is the cause of problem or whatever, so even he is also suffering from that thing, which he's not coming up with this reason that why he is sad. So we see him in a melancholic mode in the beginning, and he himself is not aware that why he is so sad. So you see, he's a hero, but he Shakespeare is giving him certain qualities which we can relate it with ordinary men. So he is the one. He's a rich merchant. He's a wealthy noble. He's a noble man, and he's very rich. He's a wealthy businessman in Venice. And I already told you the importance of the place of Venice, which was famous for its shipping qualities. So this man does not have such heroic qualities in the beginning, and he is suffering from this problem, which he does not even know that why he is so sad. So when his friends try to guess that why he is so sad, he is actually listening to them, right? He is denying all their reasons, but he's listening to them. So he's a good listener. He is listening to their causes very patiently. He is listening to them. So he is somebody, he's not so proud. He's a very down to earth kind of a person. He's not that proud, and he's listening to them. Now Shakespeare has already given this Antonio the role of a main the role of being a main protagonist in this play, and he actually proves that when he gives this remarkable speech to Gratiano, when he says that the world is a stage and we all are here temporarily, we are not here permanently. This is a very important one, and that makes him a unique person, and he's very different from the others. And there he stand out to be the hero of the play, because he accepts the reality. He knows the fact that death is inevitable, and he accepts this. He is a wealthy rich merchant, but he's not that proud, right? He accepts it. And on top of that, he's somebody who's not materialistic. He's not that much attached to wealth or name or reputation, and even he's not worrying about his ships which are there in the sea. So we see him somebody who is very down to earth kind of a person. He's not materialistic, he's not greedy, he's not worried, he's not attached to any uh, worldly possessions. So he's very down to earth kind of a person. He keeps himself reserved and serious, and he's not that proud. He's not materialistic. So these things you need to keep in mind. These words you can write in the answer for the character sketch of Antonio. So he's not proud, he's not materialistic, not attached to wealth. He knows the reality. He accepts the fact that we all are going to die. So he accepts that, and he says that he's going to play the role of a sad person. So this thinking actually makes him a unique kind of a hero in this play. And he's a very kind and generous man, because and also knows the importance of friendship, because knowing the fact that Bassanio keep on spending money and wasting money, he actually helps him. He supports in whatever Bassanio does. So he helps Bassanio to win his lady, his love. So he thinks about his friend. He is there always for his friend. So he's a very kind and generous man. He's a true gentleman basically, though he is not having money right now to give Bassanio, but still he comes up to this idea that we can lend money, and that too on behalf of Bassanio. So we see that he's a very wealthy citizen of Venice. Everybody knows him. He's a very popular figure. And also, when we were seeing him passive in the beginning, here he become very active the moment Bassanio enters. So he becomes active, and he is there. He leaves the stage, and he's ready to do some action to help Bassanio and take money on his behalf. So overall we can see that this man fits to be the hero of the play till act 1 scene 1, which we are actually doing. So we see him to be a true gentleman who actually speaks about the reality. He's very kind, he's very generous, he's not at all materialistic, he's not attached to any he's not thinking about his name or reputation or worrying about it at all. So he's very kind, he's very generous, reserved kind of a person, down to earth, and also he knows the value of friendship. He knows the value of true friendship, and he's there always for his friend. So this much for today. Again, we will discuss the character sketch of another character in the next video. Thank you. Study well.